Hi guys, it's Katie and it's nap time, and that's awesome because I didn't think I was going to get a nap time out of her today. I wasn't really going to try very hard either because I got a lot of things that I want to do, and we're going away, so we're going to be in the car for several hours this afternoon, so I figured she could just nap then. But she was a little bit fussy and clingy, so I tried and she went down pretty easily. So that's awesome because I have a lot of things going on. So, sorry if this bothers me. We're going camping. It's not really camping, I guess it's more like cabining. There's a place we're gonna stay. It has beds, it has running water, though they say it's best not to drink it, but we can shower and do, you know, there's toilets, there's electricity, there's a stove, there's a lot of amenities, but it is kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, and it's just gonna be kind of an outside, just nature weekend with hiking and just playing outside. There's a river, so usually the guys go canoeing. I probably won't. I'll stay behind with the little one. I don't really like that anyway, so I usually skip the canoe trip. But it's gonna be the three of us plus like four or six other adults, depends on who's coming. I don't know all of the details, but it's out in the sort of mountainous area of my state. It's actually in the valley between some mountains, and it's really beautiful there. There's a river that runs through, and it's like God's country. It's so pretty. So I usually make a big pot of chili, put it in the crock pot, and that's one of our meals for the weekend. And then it's kind of a crapshoot. Other people bring other things. I'm bringing some peanut butter and jelly and some bread, so if all else fails, I'll have that. I think I've said this like 100 times, but when I'm not at my own house, even when I am at my own house, I only really trust my own food because I have sort of digestive issues, which I won't go into all the details of that. But so I don't know, I'm just looking around because my kitchen is kind of a mess. But I thought this was a really like perfect example to see how kind of I work, how my brain works, and the kind of silly things that I do. So we are going away for a weekend with a toddler. I need to pack clothes, I need to pack our toiletries, all of those essentials. But then I suddenly get like brilliant ideas at the last minute and I want to do them. And they're just kind of like extra things, and I just have a bunch of things going on at once. So I'm gonna take this off the tripod. I put it on the tripod because I thought I could talk and work at the same time, but I guess not. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Here is the chili. This is actually a giant brew pot. This is what I made my pumpkin beer, and if you watch that video, this was my husband's brew pot. He doesn't use it anymore because he upgraded. So I'm using it as a chili pot right now. It's about half full. There's 4 pounds of ground beef, 3 pounds of ground turkey, an entire one of those big cans of diced tomatoes, like those big number 10 cans from Costco. I think there's 4 big bell peppers and 4 big onions in there, and then a bunch of spices. I put like about 2 heads of garlic in there. I have a pound of red beans that I'm cooking in the pressure cooker, which I can't open with one hand, that I will put in there. Let's see if these are done. I have to check those, see if they're done, and throw those in there. So I think by the time I add the beans, this is going to be like 2/3 to 3/4 full. But this chili is going to be for this weekend while we're away, and like I said, there's going to be several other people, so we need plenty of food. We always eat a ton when we're there just because we're outside hiking and burning off energy, and get really hungry when you do stuff like that. So some of this is going to go with us this weekend, some is going to go in the freezer for when we go to the beach. Okay, so I have that going. The chili, that's kind of an essential thing because I did promise that I was going to make this. It's a tradition, I make it every year, so that I do need to do. This is one of the extra projects I decided to do. I'm making Jell-O shots, so this is cherry, Jell-O, and cola. I'm going to add some rum to it. And I don't put them in the little cups if you've ever had a Jell-O shot. Sometimes they're in little plastic, like sample size cups. I usually just put them in like a baking dish, and then I cut them into squares, so they're like little Jello jigglers with alcohol in them. So this is going to be like a rum and coke with the cherry, and I also added some extra unflavored gelatins to this so that it wouldn't be so sweet with the cola and the Jello powder. I am not going to show you the inside of my refrigerator, but I will show you. These are the ones I made last night. So this is grape Jello with vodka and that strawberry schnapps I found downstairs. So they're still up here. I have to take them downstairs. And then I got, let's see, I got some pineapple. I'm not sure if I'll have time to make these. I might take them with me and do them there. So I might do, I don't know, I might do this island pineapple with, I have some coconut rum downstairs, so kind of pina colada. And then this, I probably will just put in the pantry and have as Jello some other time. I also got this one. I don't know. I just picked them all up. They're actually on sale. I got a bag here of some like dry good things. I bought some chips and, oh, I got these at Aldi. These are really good. And they were like $1.49 or something. So there's some chips and marshmallows and bread, and there's some peanut butter and jelly and bananas, some peanuts down there. Oh, and can you see down there? I got some of those freezy pops. I actually have one in the freezer. Also not going to show you my freezer because it is a disaster. So these kind of freezy pops, I wanted to test them out. And then I'm also making ice, so that's what these little containers are for. I probably can wash these and put them away. I usually kind of make my own ice when we go camping just because, I don't know, I think it's silly to pay for ice, especially when I have plenty of lead time knowing that I'm going to need it. And I don't know, why is ice so expensive to buy? It's not like we're actually putting it in drinks and anything. It's just going in coolers, so it's not, you know, really big deal to make tap water ice. I think that's everything that's actually going on at the moment. I have a to-do list, but I lost it. So I should have put don't lose to-do list as number 1 on my to-do list. I got my laundry out here. This is my kitchen towels. So I need to take these down. I would like to fold them. That's probably not going to happen. And the diapers should be finished in the wash very soon, so I want to hang those up. We are going to be cloth diapering while we're there. We're just going to be there 2 nights, so not a huge deal. But I wanted to wash my diapers at the last minute, and that way I have as many clean diapers as possible and I don't have diapers waiting at home for me to wash. So I will just wait till we get home in 2 days to wash them here at home, so I don't have to worry about them there. I thought about taking my washboard and doing like hand washing them, since I did that hand washing and flats challenge and I'm using flats, so I thought about taking my washboard. I might pack it just in case something happens. It would be nice if I could wash there, then I wouldn't have to take as many, but then I have to like set up a clothesline and it's a lot more planning, which I already got enough projects going on. I also have, let's see, here I have these tomatoes. I have another, like twice this amount, like so another amount this big in the fridge of all these tomatoes that I picked off of the tomato plants that I gotta do something with. And when I come back from this weekend, there's gonna be a ton more that I'm gonna have to deal with. So that's what's going on right now. I also was hoping to clean out the car and have it packed so that when my husband comes home, it would be a lot smoother this evening, but I don't know. We'll see what I can get done. But I thought I would just show you a peek of what's happening, and I guess I will get a little bit of work done and then I'll check in a little bit. So it's just a little bit after 3 o'clock. I've been working for about an hour and a half and I got a lot done. So let me show you what it looks like. All right, so I took half of the chili, I put it in the crock pot, and it's just gonna continue to cook. I added the beans to this half, and this is filled to the brim. And one of the best parts about making chili in the crock pot, I don't usually like cook it in the crock pot, but I make it and then I put it in the crock pot and cook it for as long as possible, and it really caramelizes the tomato. It's my favorite part. So I usually make chili when we go. I always put it in the crock pot and plug it in as soon as we get there, and like we eat it all night and then the next morning for breakfast and then even for lunch if there's any left, and it's usually kind of like crusty and burnt, but it's so delicious. So that's half of the chili. The other half I didn't add the red beans to. There's I had some random pinto beans that I put in there. So this is cooling down. I'm gonna let it cool down. I'm gonna put it in the fridge, and then before we leave, when I take the ice out of the freezer, I will be able to put this in the freezer. So that will be ready to go. I'll just have to add the beans then. I did a little bit of dishes. It's kind of a perpetual thing. I've been trying to keep up with it. I do have the big pot to clean, and my dishwasher's clean, but I don't know. I can't decide if emptying it and then loading this in here would be easier and faster, or just closing this and ignoring it and hand washing this. I'm probably going to hand wash all of this. And then over here, I wanted to make cornbread muffins. I don't have almond milk, and you know, it takes a while for me to make it. I could buy some on the way out and make it here. So I was going to mix all of these dry ingredients up and have it kind of ready to go, and then I can just add the egg and the milk and the oil and make it there. But then I would have to take my cupcake pan, which I guess isn't a huge deal. And then I bought this because I was going to make hummus, but I forgot to buy canned chickpeas, and I'm not really interested in making chickpeas from scratch, so I probably will not be making hummus. I still do want to make just some like veggie sticks, celery and carrots and things like that, which we can just have those plain. And then I washed some of the tomatoes. I think the rest of the tomatoes are just going to have to go in the fridge. I can't deal with them right now. These are just going to be for snacking and stuff. And then I washed cilantro. This will be a topping for the chili, and then I peeled an onion that I will dice up for a topping for the chili, and then usually somebody brings eggs and we can put it in eggs in the morning or something like that. I have things kind of starting to line up here, so this is another risky move. If my little one wakes up before my husband gets home, or before I have a chance to load this into the car, she's just going to get into it. So I guess if she wakes up, I'll have to run out and put these few things in the car. I do want to kind of straighten the car a little bit before I load things in, so I hope either my husband comes home and he can straighten the car and start loading it, or the little one sleeps a little bit more. So this basket, I have towels for us and washcloths for us, sheets, and then kitchen towels to kind of pack everything in and pack it out. It's a lot easier. They have sheets and towels there, but the washing machine is not reliable, so it's just easier to pack in and pack out what you take. This is all of our toiletries and first aid things. And then I went ahead and packed I just got this on Amazon for just a few dollars, and then this is laundry soap, just in case I feel the need to wash diapers. Got TP. This is the bag that I already showed you. And then I did find my my to-do list here. And let's see. Packed a lot of this stuff. I packed all of our toiletries. Oh, and I gotta pack the dog stuff, but I'm gonna do that at the last minute. We're bringing the dog. And I'm not exactly sure what to bring for the little one. I would like to think that we would just play outside all day, but I know that she's gonna get hot and tired and cranky, and it's always good to have like quiet time activities and sort of activities she's used to. So I want to bring, you know, enough from home that it's comfortable for her and easy for me, but not so much, you know. So I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna bring. And then I gotta pack like clothes for myself and the little one. My husband can pack for himself. So that's what's going on now, and I'm kind of at a loss. I'm not sure what to do. what to do next. I'm not exactly sure when we're leaving, so that's part of the problem. I don't know if I should delve into a new project or just try to get this bare minimum that I've done finished. I'll show you the Jello inside here. It's starting to set. This one is starting to set. I think that if I had to leave right now, I could take this one, put it in the cooler, and it would either finish setting in the cooler or at least stay the way it is, and then I could put it in the fridge there. This one I did a little bit later. It's still pretty liquid, so I'd probably have to leave that one behind. We still have time before we have to leave, but I don't know how much time, so I don't know what I'm going to do with a bunch of Jello shooters if we don't take them. And then this is the other one that I made, and it's even more liquid. Alright guys, it's almost 4 o'clock, and I'm feeling really good about where I am. A lot better than I was. So I went ahead and mixed up the, let me turn on the light, the cornbread mix here, and then I just wrote what I need to add. I brought my muffin pan. Also packed some popcorn, but I'm not exactly sure. They do have like pots and pans, but I'm not sure if there's one that's, you know, heavy enough to pop popcorn in. But I thought that would be, you know, a good snack. And then this is the little one's bag. I packed her some books. I got these bubbles today, and I got this thing today. It's like squirts water. Thought we could play with that outside, just with like a bucket or some large container. One of my large food containers I can do with that, just squirt her a little bit. Because it's going to be warm. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend, but it's going to be warm. And then she has this backpack, so I'm bringing it. She loves it. And also that way, if we go for a walk or a hike, she can carry her own water. So I have her sort of travel water bottle. This is just like an inflatable beach ball we got as a freebie. It's a lot of fun. And then in here's her like toys that are kind of important, I guess. Like bubbles and this freebie thing and this thing I just bought today. If they get broken or lost or something, it's not a huge deal, but these are like actual toys she cares about, so I am going to keep a really close eye on those. I think I might even make a list. That way before we leave I can double check we have everything, because like I said, I don't want her to be without things, but really all she needs is my husband and I. So I'm doing my best to keep it light, but also keep it realistic. And then I also got her this ball at the grocery store today that she can play with. She has a much larger one she plays with here, and she loves it, but I thought this was be a better size. And then this is all of our clothes, so all three of us I went ahead and packed for my husband. In here is just clothes, nothing exciting there. And then I packed, this is my craft bag, so I'm doing the craft challenge, and now I started this craft challenge or creative challenge, and then I'm going away. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to get done, so I just brought a little bit. I didn't want to bring everything, but in here I just have yarn, my hooks, and some scissors. Alright, so my little one is up. My husband just pulled in the driveway, and we're going to get the car loaded up and have a lot of fun this weekend. So thanks for hanging out with me and keeping me company while I did all of this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!